The accompanying table describes results from groups of 10 births from 10 different sets of parents. The random variable x represents the number of girls among 10 children. Use the range rule of thumb to determine whether 1 girl in 10 births is a significantly low number of girls. So first thing is we're going to go ahead and open this up into StatCrunch. So here is our table. So let's open this up into StatCrunch. And now what we want to do is, we have a lot of data here, so we want to be able to find the mean and the standard deviation of this. So we're going to go to Stat, okay, and then we're going to scroll all the way down to, we're going to go to Stat Calculators, and then go all the way down to where it says Custom. Okay, so the values in are going to be the column that represents x. And the weights in is going to be the column that represents the probability of x. And then we're going to select Compute. Now if you notice here, it's going to show what the mean is and the standard deviation. So let's go ahead and then copy that. So I'm going to take the mean and the standard deviation here. Okay, so here's our mean and here's our standard deviation. Okay, so let's just write down the symbols for this. So we know that given here, the mean of our distribution is 5.105 and the standard deviation is equal to 1.7331979. Okay, and so again the question is asking us to do the following. We want to use the range rule of thumb to identify a range of values that are not significant. So the range rule of thumb for identifying significant values is going to be shown below, where we have the mean and the standard deviation for the probability of distribution. So remember that significantly low values is where we take the mean and subtract 2 times the standard deviation. Significantly high values are the mean plus 2 times the standard deviation or higher, and then values that are in between are not significant. So to find the range of values that are not significant, first calculate the mean and the standard deviation, which is what we did. So once we do that, now we want to determine the significantly low values and the significantly high values, and then the values that are not significant. So let's do the first one. So the first one, we're going to take the mean, subtract 2 times the standard deviation. So we know that the mean is 5.105, and then we're going to subtract 2 times the standard deviation of 1.7331979. So let's go ahead and do that. So on our calculator, I'm going to do the following. Okay, so we have 5.105 minus 2 times 1.7331979, and then let's hit enter, and therefore we get the following value. We get 1.6386, 1.638604,200. Okay, and then let's do the second one. So the second one, we're going to take the mean and then plus 2 times the standard deviation. So therefore it's going to be 5.105 plus 2 times 1.7331979. So say 5.105 plus 2 times 1.7331979, and then we get the following number. We get 8.571395800. Okay, now in the problem they want us to round it to 1 decimal place. So let's go ahead and do that. So, okay, recall, we're going to do the following. So if this is to 1 decimal place, then this is 1.6. And if we round this to 1 decimal place, then this is 8.6. So what does that mean? Well, let's go ahead and write down that. So we know that the following. So recall, the values in between are not significant, and then on the left and the right would be significantly high values on the right, significantly low values on the left. So we found that this number, go ahead and make sure we have that set up to right here. So we know that this number represents 1.6, and we know that this number represents 8.6. We know that the mean that's in the middle is 5.105. So, which says the maximum value in this range is going to be 8.6. So that's 8.6 girls. Now we want to find the minimum value in this range, and that minimum value is going to be 1.6 girls. Okay, now it says, based on the result of 1 girl in 10 births, is that a significantly low number of girls? Okay, so what it's saying here is that a value considered significant if it lies outside of the range of values determined by the range rule of thumb. We want to use this information to determine whether or not 1 girl in 10 births is a significantly low number. Well, this 1 girl, right, is going to be below that value. And so it's below the values that are not significant, and it's below this value here of 1.6, so it's a significantly low value. So we would say, yes, 1 girl is a significantly low number of girls because 1 girl is below the range of values that are not significant. And that is our answer.